So let's get into our special out-of-town guests right here. This next gentleman, you can find him on Twitter. He is a poet laureate of the Twitterverse. His name is Paul Barack. Yeah.
Umbrellas are like gorillas for deaf people. I don't know how analogies work. Thank you. So I travel a lot because, ladies, really, what's better than a guy who's both pretentious and broke? No. You pay for dinner. I'll explain how Lithuania is the secret jewel of Eastern Europe. But, you know, I learn a lot when I travel. For example, I have learned every time I hear a drunk person say, "I'm from New York," they're about to be a total asshole to a complete stranger. Usually they don't have to be drunk. But you learn a lot when you travel, and you learn that racism is a horrible thing. You do. In fact, I got told a racist joke on the elevator today. I was offended on so many levels. Here's something else I learned when I travel. I am Jewish. I've never felt like I really looked Jewish until I went to Israel. I went to Israel last summer, where the Jews control the media. And I finally felt like I fit in. I look like a lieutenant in Israel. I don't look Jewish here. You know what I look like? I look like an extra from American History X. Not a speaking role, but the guy in the background is always nodding in agreement. Yeah. Why should Koreans own a grocery store? Oh, God. Yeah, I really don't look Jewish. It's pretty sad. Number one, I'm pale. I am so pale. In all of my friends' 4th of July photos, it looks like the barbecue was haunted. Like, were we playing Frisbee over an Indian burial ground? Another big problem I have, sadly, I am ugly. I am really ugly. I am ugly. It's true. When I was born, the doctor slapped my mother. But she was yelling the N-word a lot. So the one question I always get when I tell people I'm Jewish, they say, "Oh, do you keep kosher?" No, I do not keep kosher. It's not because bacon is delicious. I don't keep kosher out of spite. Here's why. We had an agreement, and God allowed most of my family to be murdered in the 1940s. I'm eating scallops. So here's something else I learned recently. To move on, kangaroos can blow themselves. Raising the question, why are there still kangaroos? But let's be honest, oral sex is great. Giving, receiving, I don't care. It's Christmas all year round. Here's the one thing I don't get, the names. The actual names are fellatio and cunnilingus. Now, fellatio's okay. Fellatio, it sounds fun, it sounds festive. It sounds like when you go to Italy and your cousin's there and he's like, "Oh, we're gonna have a great night. Fellatio are gonna come." Everybody love a fellatio. Fellatio get us a backstage at the concert tonight. That's okay, but cunnilingus, come on. Cunnilingus doesn't sound sexy. Cunnilingus doesn't sound human. Cunnilingus sounds like the monster a Greek god has to kill to get the fleece back. Or like the last surgical procedure after chemotherapy fails. When the doctor comes up and says, "I'm sorry, son. We tried everything, even cunnilingus. We couldn't save your mom." until they came up with a better name, because there's no way you go home to your girlfriend and say, baby, put on some Al Green. You are getting mad cunnilingus tonight. So, like I said, I travel a lot. One of the things I did that I'm most proud of, I went and taught English in South Korea for a year. I'm pretty happy with it. Here's the thing, though. Here's something horrible. And bear with this story. I'm going to have to do a Korean accent. I'm not trying to be racist about it, but if you think Koreans sound like me, you've not graduated from anything. Child abuse in Korea is so rampant, it's like genocide 500 years ago. It was so common there wasn't a name for it. Genocide was just what happened when you lost. Like the Romans are busting down your walls, you're like, well, guess there are going to be no more Celts anymore. That's a shame. Anyway, so I'm teaching English. It's in the middle of class. One of the Korean teachers knocks on the window. I go up to the door and I go, yes? She goes, there is teacher meeting after class. I go, okay, you could have told me that after class, but all right. So I go back to the front of the class, and kids are curious. They raise their hand. Teacher, what did she say? And I go, oh, I'm trying to get them involved. I said, oh, she said, Tom's mom is very upset. Tom only got an A- on his test. What's she gonna beat Tom with when she gets back home tonight? And they're all laughing. Very funny, teacher. So I go up to the board and I say, what is she gonna beat Tom with? Is it going to be A, mace? And I draw a medieval mace on the board. Is it going to be a ladder? And I draw a ladder up on the board. Is it going to be a sword? I draw a big sword up on the board. They are laughing. They are having the greatest time ever. I'm trying to get them all involved. So I say, what else could she beat Tom with? Kid raises their hand. Woman's shoe. That's oddly specific. Plastic sword bent in half. That's even more oddly specific. Globe. That was in reach. Golf club. That's a crime. Half-drunk bottle of wine and then she poured out the rest of the wine on the bruise. That's against the Geneva Conventions. And here's the thing, I filled up the board with evidence of felonies. And they were laughing. At the end of class, someone raised their hand, they said, what is homework tonight? And I bent over in half because the part of my soul that used to be here is gone. So I'm just bending down from negative space. And I go, homework tonight is get a hug from your parents. Tell them you get bonus points if they say they love you. So I'll finish on some shorter ones here because I still don't see the light. I love words, I do, and I love word origins. Here's one I finally figured out. The word rickety comes from the disease rickets, which means there were two sailors walking down the pier one day, and one turns to the other and goes, hey, see that ladder over there? The one that's all rotted through? Looks like it's gonna collapse at any second. You know what that looks like? The other guy goes, Steve. Alright, so I will end on, well, I guess I'll end on some more. So I was dating this girl before my current girlfriend, and she believed in aliens. She had crazy eyes, let me just point that out. Guys, if you don't know what crazy eyes is, Michelle Bachmann. Girls, if you don't know what crazy eyes is, Tom Cruise in any interview. So I was talking with her and she's like, yeah, aliens built the pyramids, Paul. I'm like, why would you think that? She said, well, we don't know exactly how they were built. I'm like, I don't know exactly how the internet works. But I don't finish jerking off, close down the web browser, and go, aliens, you've done it again. Thank you, I'm Paul Rudd.